starting cornerback Kader Kohou is out for the entire 2025 season. It's not a rumor. It's not a minor knock. He's done. Knee injury in practice. Just like that. Gone. This was the guy they were counting on. The one corner on the roster who had his starting job written in permanent marker before camp even began. The one you didn't have to worry about. Not anymore. And just as you're still trying to process that hit, boom. Artie Burns goes down with a torn ACL. Another blow. This time to someone who was battling for a starting role. That's two critical pieces from the cornerback room erased before preseason even kicks off. The Dolphins didn't have the luxury of depth there to begin with, and now they're just trying to hold the line. In response, they've already brought in reinforcements. 3 names: Cornell Armstrong, Mike Hilton, Jack Jones. Armstrong. He's likely destined for special teams. Maybe a backup role if things get desperate. Hilton. He slots in at nickel, and there's confidence he can do the job. Jones. He's expected to take one of the outside corner spots. Solid enough choices, at least in theory. But here's the thing. None of these moves shake the feeling that the Dolphins' cornerback group looks, well, bad. On paper, it's just not good. Might even be one of the weakest secondaries in the league right now. The internal options aren't exactly screaming solution either. There's Storm Duck, yeah, you read that right, trying to make a name for himself. Cam Smith, still unproven. Kendall Sheffield didn't even practice Wednesday. Ethan Bonner, another young name in the mix. Are these guys really ready? Could any of them become the unexpected gem that flips the narrative? Maybe. But banking on maybes in a year with this much pressure? Risky business. So where do you turn? You start scanning the market for veteran corners. Guys who've been there, played the snaps, felt the pressure. And there are options, some better than others, none perfect. There's Rasul Douglas. The Dolphins reportedly had an offer out to him before Hilton and Jones were signed, so there's real interest. He started 15 games for the Bills last year, has plenty of experience, and turns 30 soon. Not ancient, not a rookie, right in that middle lane. But 2024 wasn't kind to him. For a guy known for picking off passes, he had none. 0. First time since 2020 that happened. He allowed a brutal passer rating. Drew flags left and right, 10 penalties. That's not veteran leadership, that's a liability. The Bills were so unimpressed, they spent a first-round pick on his replacement. That says plenty. Then there's Asante Samuel Jr., and this one's trickier. Football-wise, it fits. He knows the scheme. Played for Jesse Minter last season. Same coaching tree as Dolphins DC Anthony Weaver. When he's out there, he makes plays. Interceptions, pass breakups, sticky coverage. He's productive. He could walk into that locker room and be the best cornerback on the roster instantly. But that's only if, and it's a big if, he's on the field. Neck surgery this offseason. Missed almost all of 2024 with a shoulder issue. That's not exactly the kind of health history you want to lean on when your top guys are already dropping like flies. Oh, and let's not forget the subplot. His dad tore into the Dolphins coaching staff on a podcast. Sure, he later gave Tua some love, but the damage might be done. Hard to tell if that bridge is burned or just smoldering. Then you look at someone like Stephon Gilmore. There's less buzz around him, but maybe there should be more. He's older, turning 35. But he plays 15-plus games in each of the last 3 seasons. Last year, 1 interception, 9 passes defended, and a perfectly respectable passer rating allowed. He's not the Pro Bowler he used to be, but he's not toast either. He still competes, still reads offenses, still makes life tough for receivers. And if Miami's leaning into zone coverage more, and with this group, they probably should, Gilmore is a smart fit. He won't wow you with athleticism anymore, but he'll be in the right place at the right time, and sometimes that's enough. Maybe more than enough. Michael Davis? That one's a bit harder to get excited about. Played in 15 games last year, started only 2. No interceptions, just 1 pass breakup, a pretty forgettable rating when targeted. He barely cracked the rotation for a Washington team that wasn't exactly elite in the secondary. A few years ago with the Chargers, he looked better, but in 2023, not so much. Passer rating allowed hit a career worst. That version of Davis isn't saving anyone. He might provide some depth if nothing else is working, but that's about it. A fallback plan, not a solution.